Hello, good morning. Welcome to the Hayley and Allyson morning show here on Backchannel. My name is Hayley Ellis. This is Allyson June Smith.
Good morning.
Good morning. And we are here with you for the next 2 hours to give you all the fun stories, fun games, and generally just wake you up in the best possible way. Get involved with the show. The command to give to your device is the word say, followed by whatever you would like to tell us this morning. Let us know where you are in the world, what you're having for your breakfast. Let us know whatever you would like. The command to give to your device is the word say, followed by whatever you'd like to tell us. And it's exciting. Myself and Allyson are here in the UK where it is a very miserable day. It's been non-stop raining here. What's it like where you are, Ali?
It is atrocious. It is like a monsoon outside of my house right now. So it's awful. It's rainy, it's windy, it's cold. But that doesn't matter because we're inside.
I thought you were going to do like a nursery rhyme then. It's raining, it's snowing. But yes, let us know where you are and what the weather is like where you are by saying to your device the word say. We could just Google it and find out what the weather's like around the world, but that's not fun, is it? Because here on Backchannel, we are interactive, so do let us know. It's the 1st of November. So we are in Scorpio season, your star signs. And celebrity birthdays today, Ali. Here's some for you. Penn Badgley, or he's the star of Netflix's You. Did you watch that?
I did watch that, actually. I really liked it. Yes.
Yeah, it's about a man who uses Facebook or other social networking sites to stalk women. And he is 34 today. So happy birthday to you if you're listening. Anthony Ramos, excuse my language. Anthony Ramos, he is the star of In the Heights, the musical. He is 29 today. 29. What I'd give to be 29. And Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, is 60 today. Happy birthday to you all. It is also World Vegan Day today, Ali.
Oh, well, happy World Vegan Days to all the vegans out there. Are you a vegan, Hayley?
I'm a vegetarian, I'm more or less a vegan, more or less. Don't tell them. I have a little bit of cheese every now and again, but don't let them know. But yes, I don't eat meat. But you are you going to go vegan for the day?
Oh, you know what? I never even thought about that. Maybe I should challenge myself today to have a non-meat day. It wouldn't be that hard because you know what we do have in our fridge is some excellent, because I got to say, non-meat products now, they are different than they were even like 5 years ago. I mean, the burgers you can get now, they taste even better than actual burger meat, I think, because you're not getting any of that weird stuff. You know, when you used to bite into a burger and be like, what is this exactly? So yeah, I think we could do. Maybe I will. That will be my challenge. That will be my. Oh, I guess eggs. Eggs are out for later then. Okay. Yeah, I've already. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, if you've already had a bacon butty for breakfast, then maybe start tomorrow. Do you know what I used to when I was at university? One of our friends was like, "I'm going vegetarian for the day," and she was like, "I'm starting tomorrow. I'm going vegetarian for the day." And we came home and she was eating a beef curry. And when we were like, "Oh, right, I thought you were vegetarian," she was like, "Well, it was in the fridge and I didn't want it to go to waste." So that's the sort of commitment she had. But if you're a vegan, let us know and give us some tips. Maybe give myself and Allyson some tips for going vegan. The command to give to your device is the word say, followed by your tip of the day. Did you have a nice weekend, Allyson?
I had a lovely weekend. As we talked about on Friday, I was in Cardiff, which was very exciting. Yeah, and I had nice shows. I had a nice. Oh, I went to speaking. I was just about to be like, I went to a great brisk place. Speaking, I ate meat on Saturday is what I did. So yeah, today's my day to knock that off. But yeah, no, I had a lovely weekend. Do you know what I love about today, though, is that it is the 1st and it's a Monday. I don't know why, but I was like, ooh, it feels fresh, right? New month, new week. This is it. This is a good week. You very rarely get a Monday that starts like with the 1st. So I don't know. I was excited about that.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's like when New Year, isn't it? New month, new me. But then when you're in November, you're like, oh, do you know what? I'm just going to eat what I want because it's nearly Christmas soon, and I'm not going to go on my diet then. Let's start it January.
Yeah, well, I've told you my theory. Eat up in November, right? Bulk up in November, and then December, like really make the effort to bulk up in November. And then December you just lose weight because you ate so much in November. That's my system, everyone. Yeah.
Which is a very, very good system, Alison. I'm here.
Thank
For,
you.
I'm
Thank
here.
you.
I'm here for that. Eating what we like. Did you get many trick or treaters at the weekend?
You know what? No, I was so disappointed. We even went to my in-laws' place last night to have a Sunday tea. And I thought, oh, they live in a neighborhood where there's lots of kids, but not one because the weather was atrocious. It was a monsoon yesterday as well. And so I don't know how many parents and kids were keen to get out there and get belted with rain as they were dressed with, a wet, soggy angel appears at your door. Trick or treat. Yeah. So what about you? How was your weekend, Hayley?
So trick or treaters wise, we got loads. The weather never stopped them in Liverpool. We had quite a lot of kids dressed as Squid Game, which I found very unnerving because of the content of the show. But lots of the kids dressed as those sort of guards from Squid Game. Yeah, they must have knocked at the door about 20 times. I know, it was so busy and it was ridiculous. I was genuinely angry by the end of it, so that scared them. Gig wise, I had quite a weird gig. I was in a place called Longbourn, is near Liverpool for our US listeners, and there was a very drunk woman in the audience who sort of got up halfway through my set and said, "I don't know what's going on," which is lovely. Which is lovely as a performer to deal with. Who needs TV, Alison? I don't need TV when I'm doing high quality gigs like that. Producer Will is with us all morning. Hi, Producer Will.
Producer Will.
Good morning. Oh no, I'm not in the middle. Hang on, let me put myself in the middle. There we go.
There we
That's better.
go.
Hello. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm okay, thank you. I had a great weekend. Zero trick or treaters because I'm surrounded by students. I went to supported my local comedy show, obviously. On the Friday, I took two of my friends, and it was their first time going to live comedy.
Oh, that's so nice. Did they
Yeah.
enjoy themselves?
They had a great time. They were so my friend Danny, she said, it's something on my bucket list is to go to live comedy. I was like, well, that seems very achievable.
What else is on her bucket list? Breathing?
Yeah.
Like
Eating toast.
yeah.
So we did that. I went with Danny and her boyfriend Arthur, and we got to the venue. We got to the room, and it was pretty busy. It was the room was pretty much at capacity, but there were 3 empty seats right front center in the middle of the stage, and I was like, yes, that's where we're going. Because I thought, if it's your first time at live comedy, I'm making sure you get some audience interaction. I'm making sure you're the audience that they're interacting with. I was like, I've been to tons of comedy in my life. I've been there. I've been the audience that's been interacted with. Did they talk to Danny or her boyfriend Arthur? No, they only talked to me. They only interacted with me, which was fine. But I was like, come on, it's not the point, is it?
Did you give good comedy? Did they enjoy your answers, Will?
I think so. There's plenty to go at, isn't there?
Yeah, I mean, we could do a roast now if you wanted. Or...
I mean, I say that I quite like it because I need to be taken down a peg. But I think we've thoroughly crossed that off for until next time now.
If you want to comment on Producer Will and you can see him by the live link.
If you want to say mean things about Will.
No, don't. He's adorable. We could never say mean things about you, Will. We'll speak to you later, Will. Back to your box room.
Okay,
Bye.
Producer Will, the voice of the youth of the show. Like I say, busy weekend. But we are here for the next 2 hours. We're going to be having fun. We're going to be playing games. We're going to be having a chat. We're going to be going through the news stories very shortly. But the fun news stories, because here at Backchannel, we don't like to bring you down with what's actually happening in the world. We like to give you the fun stories from around the world. So that's going to be coming up shortly. We're also going to be doing our 1-star movie review, as we do every day here on the Backchannel. We're going to be guessing the celebrity very shortly of a game. There's always true or false, which we do throughout the show. That's the one where we want you to get involved. And we're going to be finding out a bit more about myself and Allyson later on in the show. So do keep tuned. It's Monday morning, Allyson.
I know. If you could all pick up on what we mean, not necessarily what we say, that would be really great. Thanks, listeners.
I'll be honest with you. I mean, probably shouldn't say this as a breakfast radio host, but I'm not a morning person. Good morning. Are you?
No, but I'm learning. I'm learning quickly. It is interesting though. Once you get in the realm of having to get up in the morning and like get going, I think I will enjoy becoming a morning person. So far, I feel like I was always jealous of. No, it's true. I was always jealous of morning people though, because they get so much done. You know, this like 5 a.m. crew. They're, by the time you get up, they meditate, they plan their day, they eat a healthy breakfast, and then it's like 9. Like I want to be one of these people.
Yeah, do you know what? You've just reminded me, Allyson, of something funny that happened at my gig last night. Speaking of meditation, a lovely lady came to chat to me after I'd been on stage, and she said, I'd like to offer you free yoga lessons. Now, I don't know if to be offended about that, because I just can't work out if it's because I've got poor posture on stage. And she was like, do you know what? Someone needs to straighten out that back. But yeah, I got offered free yoga lessons after my gig.
That's dope. I've never been offered free yoga lessons. Oh my God. If there's any yoga instructors out there, the next time I come to the States, if you could just maybe your device say, give Allyson free. I want to give Allyson free yoga lessons. Wow.
Maybe it's because she could see me struggling to stand. And she was like, look, that we need to maybe I'd love to get some free chiropractic sessions as well if anyone's interested. I watch those chiropractic videos religiously at the night time.
Do you? Does it soothe you watching people get their everything aligned?
I love it, and it's really bad. I'm like, this is one man I watch, a doctor, and he just gets all the cracks and he puts their head in a vice and just sort of pulls it back and the whole body goes. I would love that. By a professional, obviously, not someone who.
I was gonna say, Hayley, I could put your head in a vice. I could do this. I could pull it off. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'll put your head in a vice and just pull your feet. I'm lining you.
Mate, I might have to do that with the money I'm on. Good morning, welcome to Backchannel. This is the Hayley and Allyson morning show, where we are here for the next 2 hours giving you all the stories, all the fun things that are happening around the world. We're going to be doing some games and get involved. If you want to get involved, the command to give to your device is the word say, followed by whatever you would like to say to us. So thank you for listening if you are. We're going to go through the news stories that have been happening. But when I say fun news stories, this one's annoyed me a little bit, Allyson.
You know what? I'm glad you say that, Hayley, even before we get into it, because this one annoyed me as well. And I was like, oh, Hayley and I are going to have a heyday with this one. All right, Hayley, start us off. The fun news story.
Oh, right. So at the minute, there's a lot of things happening on Twitter where they're sort of shaming bosses. When your boss texts you saying, can you come in? And there's sort of like, that's sort of a theme on Twitter at the minute. They're sort of screenshotting things their bosses have said to them where they've been unreasonable. But this one is Ken Moore from Bristol. He shamed a worker who claimed he couldn't come into work because his girlfriend hadn't washed his socks. Now, I mean, very annoyed and everyone. I mean, Allyson. I'm speechless, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Now, I will admit, I do end up doing most of the washing, laundry in our house, but that is by choice. I have no problem doing it. I've got a bit more time that I can throw loads in and do it. But to live in a world where my boyfriend expected me to have or to even use me as the excuse as to why his socks were not washed, it just blew my mind. I was like, you're an adult human living on the planet. You work in construction. I'm sure he does some dangerous sort of work. Yet he can't be responsible to wash his own socks? Or like, didn't his boss say buy new socks on the way? Like, there are options. There are options.
Yeah, you could go sockless. Like that's a fashion for a lot of men these days. But I mean, I can't read the text out because he swore quite a lot. But she ain't washed something all. So I've got no socks to wear. I mean, socks a couple of quid, you could pick some up. I mean, it's one of the worst excuses I've ever heard of all time for not turning in for work. I mean, we've all been there. We've all not wanted to go into work. Some days we have lied. I mean, what I used to do, I'm not condoning this, by the way. But if I wanted to pull a sick day, I'd hang off the side of the bed upside down, just so the blood rushed to my head, so I'd sound a bit more bunged up, and I'd just say I was ill. Have you ever done that?
No, but that's really smart and really efficient because that would stuff you up really quickly. So that, see, I would just fake the sick noise, but that is really smart, Hayley.
Yeah.
That is, as far as it
can't.
goes.
I'm not good at lying, you see. So that's why I had to do that. So I had to physically sound ill. Because if I was to like act it, it'd be terrible. It'd be like, oh God, oh God, you know. But yes, used to hang off the side of the bed. If you've got any tips for bringing in sick, let us know. By saying to your device, I mean, don't tell us in the message where you work, obviously, because that'll get you down. But yeah.
Also, if today's the day you've rung in sick, maybe don't call and share that information with us. If you want to wait for another, like, I don't be like, yeah, this is what I said today. And then the boss is like, I happen to be on Backchannel.
Yeah, if it's really specific as well. I got food poisoning from an apple. That's what they said. Yeah, I mean, food poisoning is always a good one, but not your girlfriend hasn't watched your socks. Grow up, mate.
Give me a break. And then the other thing he said in the article was, it's because my boots have holes in them, so I need to have socks. That's why he couldn't go. I was like, maybe it's time to get a new pair of boots. Like, there's a lot of issues here. You need your girlfriend to wash your socks. You have holes in your boots. You got some more issues, I think. I don't know if I'd want this employee around. Can't wash his own socks? Man.
Yeah, everyone was saying online that they thought the boss had gone really easy on him because the boss was like, okay, well, if it was anyone else, I would have sacked you, but I'll see you tomorrow. Like, no, like, that's just, it's sort of like lads, isn't it? That sort of culture.
That's exactly it. Which makes me go, oh, the boss is like, well, you know, I get you. If she hasn't washed your socks, like, I don't know. I just, wash your own socks. Wash your own socks.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I've ever given a really unvalid reason. Like what we used to, I used to work in a call center many moons ago, and if we were late, we had to fill in a late to work form. Have you ever heard of these, Ali?
Is this like the reason, like you're explaining why it is that you were late? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Now, one day, right, so they were very, very strict. So you had to, because it was a call center, you had.
Ooh, well, I feel like Hayley is just, well,
that's how she did it. That's how she did it. That's how she just got to work. They asked her to fill out one of these forms, and she was just like, "No,
I'm out of here.
Doing it.
I'm out of here." With Backchannel, Hayley decided she doesn't even need to fill in a form. She's just out. She just quit.
Oh no! Somebody accidentally tripped over the Wi-Fi, and it okay, Hayley. All right, we know what really happened.
Yeah, sure. Hayley. All right. Can't even be bothered to fill in a 6 form for this job, right?
You're somebody spilled water all over my computer, and can't do the show today, guys.
Oh, I'm a comedian. I timed that well, didn't I?
You did.
I don't know what you heard. It's like those phone calls where you go through a tunnel. You're like, what do you hear? Did you hear me talking about late to work forms? Because I was yammering away to myself.
Yeah,
I was telling a story. So basically you had to log in at 7:00 on the phones, and I logged in at 7:01 one day and had to fill in a late to work form. And this happened quite frequently. And I really wanted to say, when they were like, what is your reason for lateness? I really wanted to say, I blinked. Because 1 minute, like 1 minute late is ridiculous, isn't it?
That is.
I was there. I was sat at my desk.
I've never really had to pull a sick day because all my jobs have been pretty all right. But
Oh, isn't it great being Will?
yeah,
Oh, it's
all my jobs are amazing. All my employees love me. There was this one time I remember my friend at the time, Jack, who was quite sporty, played a lot of rugby or American football. It's not the same thing, but it's close. And we thought he had a concussion, so we took him to A&E just to get checked out. He was fine. But we were there for a really long time because it was really busy. We were there overnight, and we got back to university like when my shift should have started. And I just phoned them. And I was like, you know what? I'm not coming in today. I've been up all night. And they were like, yeah, that's totally fine. It's great. See you tomorrow. It wasn't so bad.
Is that your story, Will?
So
like that everything was great and
everything was great. They didn't even have to make me fill out a form or nothing.
That was your contribution to this section, was it, Will? I've got a story about how my employer was great.
About how they didn't even have a problem with the fact that I just told them that I wasn't coming in.
I mean, that's producer Will summed up.
Well, now I work for myself, and let me tell you, I'm a lot more forgiving. So I can get what I want.
You couldn't be more forgiving. Love it.
I was fine, Will. If you don't want to come in today, it's okay.
Producer Will, everything is awesome, as Lego says. But there you go. Have you got a new story for us, Ali?
I do. So this one is great. So I enjoy this. This is from the Mirror. Here we go. So a neighbor. So this is interesting as far as it goes. There was a woman who has moved into a new house. She has bought a house right now. This woman is 20. Well done. Yes. That beats a lot of the yeah, you did it. You're winning at life. You were able to buy a house at 20. And I'm very impressed with you. And then her next door neighbor came. So she was doing stuff to the house, her new house that she bought. And her neighbor came by and was like, oh, you really shouldn't be doing stuff to that property. The owner should be made aware. And she was like, oh, actually, no, I've bought the house. And the woman was like, just kind of walked away and refused to believe it. And then another day, the new owner, the 20-year-old girl, was painting her front door a different color. And the neighbor came out again and was like, I've told you can't be doing works like this without contacting the homeowner. And the 20-year-old was, this is my home. The woman would not believe it, called the police on this girl because she's like, there's no way you own a home. Anyway, the police showed up. Yeah.
I mean, imagine that call to the police. Yeah, there's a girl improving a home. Like she's breaking in and improving a house. Like, that's not what your average squatter does, is it? They don't go, you know what, I think this needs some curtains. Like, you don't make a house better if you're squatting.
Like, even if you were a squatter, even if she was a squatter and she was painting the door and doing general upkeep, I'd be like, that's a great squatter. Since those squatters moved in, the neighborhood's really improved, right? Those squatters have changed the neighborhood. Like, but the fact that she just wouldn't let it go and refused to believe that a 20-year-old girl could own a house. So called the police. The police showed up. It was like, yeah, fine. This is her. She bought the house. It's her house. And then the girl, the woman who, before she called the police, demanded, she was like, prove to me that you own this house, the paperwork. And the girl was like, why? No, go away. This is my house. I'm going to do it. And then other people wrote in saying, well, you could have avoided a confrontation by just proving to her that you did own the house. I was like, no. This isn't on the young girl. It's the nosy neighbor. That's on her. How about you just mind your own business?
Do you know what I would have done, Ali? I would have got one of those little red houses from Monopoly and just put it outside to prove that I owned it. Just got do you know when on the board? This is mine. Thank you. I've got the card. Yeah, just get the little card. There's nosy neighbours is one thing, but that demanding to see the papers is ridiculous.
Are you kidding me? Like, that is just, I don't know. Well done, 20-year-old girl, for owning a house and dealing with the neighbor. I would have not have been so calm. So, I mean, good for you. I can't believe the audacity. Anyway, so she looked too young to own property, is what her neighbor said. Thanks, Karen.
It's definitely a Karen, isn't it?
It's absolutely a Karen.
Is it a Karen as well?
No,
What's her name?
no, but I want it to be.
I thought that would have been the best story ever. Yeah, I can understand her being in disbelief that a 20-year-old could afford a house in this economic climate, but I wouldn't actually push to see the papers. I mean, you'd just think it in your head, wouldn't you? You wouldn't go out there demanding. What a strange world we live in. Speaking of strange worlds, listen to this. Morgan Freeman, the Morgan Freeman, was interviewing police recruits in Alabama town. So we've all been to a job interview. We've all seen a panel of people there before, been quite intimidating. Can you imagine going to a job interview and Morgan Freeman is on the panel?
No. But what I want Morgan Freeman to do is to be doing voiceovers while the interview is going on, right? He looked sweaty. He was perplexed and confused at some of the questions, but old Andy knew that if he just held on, he would answer the questions appropriately. Like, that's what I want. I didn't want Morgan to be asking the questions. I wanted him to be doing like commentary. Could you just everyone stop so he can like do commentary on the moment? Okay, ask them the next question. Yeah.
He itched his head as he tried to realize that he didn't have the qualifications for this job. Yeah, that would be amazing, wouldn't it? Do you know what? In the article as well, it doesn't even say why he was there. He was just like he's just turned up and gone, do you mind if I have a go at interviewing some police recruits?
The whole article, it didn't say anything about why he was there. He was just, and they were like, and interviewers were shocked when they saw that Morgan Freeman was, and I guess Morgan, didn't he have like a ball cap on, was kind of like incognito a little bit, and then, yeah.
Well, like, it's one thing going, oh, that's impressive, Morgan Freeman interviewed some police, but like, is he qualified to do that? Has he gone, yeah, you're hired? And they're like, well, Morgan, you didn't, all you asked me is like what I had for my dinner. Like, you didn't, like, what's the qualifications for doing that? I mean, it's impressive that Morgan Freeman interviewed you. But yeah, I hate job interviews, Ali.
See, I love them. I do love a job interview because I don't know. I just feel like I don't know what it is. I enjoy an interview. It's like a verbal test. I can do verbal. I can talk my way through a lot of things. I like a challenge. I've always enjoyed a job interview. I know it's ridiculous, but I don't know.
Listen, if you've got a job interview question we can test Ali on in the next 20 minutes, let us know. The command to say to your device is the word say, followed by your questions, such as Allyson Dewsmith, thank you for coming to the job interview today. What are your biggest strengths?
Oh, I'm a team worker. I'm excellent at communicating, and I know how to create community within the workplace.
Oh my, you such a kiss ass, isn't she? It's always I'm a team. Oh no.
That's code for I don't want to do all the work on my own. That's what that's code for. I'm a team player, meaning I want to like drop some of my work off on other people. That's what being a team player is.
That was really quick as well. Okay, the one I struggle with when they say, is it like name one of your faults? Did they say that? Or name something that you're, and what you say? What's the cancer?
For that one, I would probably say, what are my faults?
You'd say, I take on too much work.
I take on too much work. I'm a perfectionist. I tend to strive too hard to achieve. Producer Will, why do you want this job he just sent us? That's a good question. Why do you want this job? Yeah, exactly. Because I want to make money.
Yeah. I mean, I would be, do you know what? If I was an employer, I genuinely would just prefer people to be honest. Instead of all this rubbish about being a team player and stuff, just say, listen, I've got rent to pay. My next door neighbour, she's 20-year-old. She's just bought her own house while I'm renting. I need the money. Just be honest.
Yeah.
But there you go. If you've got any more questions for Allyson to answer, give us some interview tips. Welcome to the TED Talk about job interviews today on Backchannel. Get involved in the chat. Here's a great story for you if you're listening. A couple have named all their 11 children. Yes, that's right. They have 11 children. They've named them all using the same 4 letters. And let's face it, they've got another child on the way. 12 children they're going to be having. Gwenny Blankert and Marino Venino. I mean, that sounds like I've made them up, doesn't it? Apologies for my if I'm pronouncing them wrong. Get in touch and let us know. You're probably busy looking after your children, to be honest with you, to be listening to Backchannel, but I apologise if I've got that pronounced your names wrong. They've come up with a selection of names using only the letters A, E, L, and X for their brood of 7 children so far, which is 7 girls and 4 boys. Sorry, 11 children so far. Can you guess the names, Allyson?
Okay, well, Alex was
Yes.
one, and then we had
Yeah.
Axel,
Yes.
and then that's all I got. That's all I got. What
So
else?
Alex was the first one that came out. Of course he was. They've got the letters there. They've got the 4 letters.
Oh, would Lexa be one?
Yes, Lexa is one. I hope we're not setting off devices now, actually.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, everyone.
Apologies if we are. We never said the full name, but you never know. Axel was one. Exella was one. And then they get, I can't even pronounce them because Exil, Exla, Lex, Xale. I mean, so basically, it's like playing Countdown or some sort of conundrum with your children's names. But so, yeah, I mean, I'd struggle. I mean, I know we all struggle to pick children's names. I mean, I've only got one child, and I was like, "Oh, what are we going to call her?" We had like discussions, and maybe we should just have picked 4 letters out of a box and sort of made one, like a Sudoku
created
of
one.
names.
I feel bad for child number 12, apparently, that's on its way, right? These aren't even names anymore. Those aren't names. They're just like, what's the last way we can combine these 4 letters? Like, what would be, I'm trying to think of like.
They sound like Elon Musk's son, don't they? Who's like,
yeah.
like 9128. They sound like, do you know what these names are like? They're like a password that I create now for like my email. Like, that's what they are. Yeah, there you go. They said if they have a boy, they'll bring the score to 7 girls and 5 boys. So the 4 letters apparently give way for 24 different name variations, but they say they don't plan on using them all. I should hope not. 24 children would be excessive, but they said they've always planned on having 12 children. So,
I mean, well done you going into things being like 12. That's the magic number. They must come from big families. They must both come from big families, because I always notice that people who come from big families, they're like, oh yeah, household full of people. Whereas when you come from a smaller family, you're like, I can't, I have one sister I grew up with, right? One sister I grew up with. So there's 2 of us. I can't even imagine how many siblings do you have, Hayley? I don't even know.
Yeah, 1 as well. So,
Yeah.
like, imagine if her name was just the letters of my name, but like back to front. She's actually called Hayley, and your sister's Allyson.
My sister's name is Nasila. Nasila.
That was very quick.
Thank you. I've said my name backwards before. I won't lie. That is, yeah. When I'm doing my spells.
A job interview.
What is your name
and
backwards?
Very quick. But there you go. If you've got a story you'd like us to discuss, if your name is Exela or you have the letters Alex in your name, get in touch. Let us know. I can actually see that we do have an Alex listening. Are you part of that 12 brood, Alex? Let us know. Right, the command to give to your device is the word say, followed by whatever you want to say. Let us know. We are an interactive show. We are here for another hour and a half, so do get involved. Do you fancy a game, Allyson June Smith, of what celebrity am I?
I would love to play What Celebrity Am I? This is one of my favorite games. We play it all the time when we're in groups, like when I have a party or whatever, where you put the celebrity on your head and then people have to guess or ask questions to try and figure out who they are. Ours is a bit different today, but yes, I love playing games like this. So
well, you are in luck then, Allyson, because we have got just the game for you. It's almost like we've planned it. I'm going to read out a series of clues, and we would like you at home, wherever you are listening. You could be listening in your car. I mean, you're probably not, because you're listening via a device. But if you are, get in touch. Let us know who it is I am describing. So clue number 1. Shouldn't really cough in this pandemic, should I? The first female artist to have her first 6 studio albums debut at number 1. I am the first female artist, not me, the character I'm playing, to have her first 6 studio albums debut at number 1. That's impressive. 6 albums straight in at number 1. Boom, 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 boom.
Wow. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think. That is impressive. That is very impressive. Madonna? I don't know.
Debut albums. I mean, Madonna, did she debut at number 1? It could be Madonna, but if you have a guess for us, let us know. We'll be revealing the answer in the next 10-15 minutes. The command to say to your device is the word say, followed by your answer. So Allyson would say to her device, say Madonna. And
Madonna.
we will let you know if you are right or not. If you're one of those 12 children that are named variations of Alex, get in touch. Let us know what your answer is. Here we go. Next clue. Her 2007 tour, the blank experience, grossed over $24 million.
Okay.
They're very successful. These clues aren't like, do you know what? They struggle to get in the charts. But yeah, very successful. She only had one boyfriend before her current husband.
Well, didn't her husband have it easy then, right? If all they've had is one relationship, nothing really to compare it to. Good choice. I guess if you're a famous artist, though, I mean, how much time do you really have to date? Well, I mean, I guess I shouldn't say that. Look at Taylor Swift. She's dated. She's dated quite a...
Yeah.
People date.
Look at Mick Jagger. He's dated a lot. He should start naming his children after Mick, and we could Kim. Rock stars they date a lot. So yeah, she only had one boyfriend before her current husband. She is responsible for adding the word. Oh, this is a big giveaway. This one. She's responsible for adding the word bootylicious to the Oxford English Dictionary. I think that's a big giveaway. If you know who we are talking about, the command to say to your device is the word say, followed by your answer. We've had an answer from Maria in Minch. She said, and we've had a few with the right answer. I'm not going to say who it is yet, because if you don't know who it is by now, we'll give you a few more clues. She's performed for the Obamas twice. In 2011, she was the first solo female to headline Glastonbury in over 20 years.
Wow, Glastonbury, get better at booking female headliners.
I know. We're putting these answers on a plate for you here, everybody listening. Her 2013 Super Bowl performance prompted 268,000 tweets per minute. It currently holds a position for the second most tweeted about moment in history. Producer Will, can you find us out what the first most tweeted about moment in history is?
Yeah,
is it my gig in Runcorn at the weekend? I don't think I have ever. Have you ever been? What's the word where they call it? What do they call it, Allyson? When trending? Oh my God, I'm so old. Would you like to trend?
No, I've never trended. I've never trended on anything as of yet. But if you would like us to become trending, then say to your device, say, we're going to make you trend, and then hit us on social media. And yeah, no, I haven't trended yet.
Do you know what we need, Ali? We need 12 children, and then we would trend. Get them all to tweet. Get their friends to tweet. Here he is. Producer Will, have you got the fact for us? What is the most tweeted moment about in history?
Well, according to the very brief Google search I did, the most tweeted, it's still the Super Bowl, but I think it's just a different one. It's just an earlier Super Bowl.
I know what it is. I bet you was it Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson?
It's just the Super Bowl.
It's got to be that.
Year. It will be, though. Yeah. From 20... Yeah. What year was that, do you think?
If you're listening to Backchannel, we are here with all your facts every day, flawless, every morning.
Thoroughly researched. Doing it on the fly.
We know all the details. I'm going to say so we're in 2020. I'm going to say it was 2008. 2008.
Yeah, that sounds. I'll take it. Other top rankers.
Yes.
For most tweeted occasions. The 57th Annual Grammy Awards. So maybe it's this. Maybe I should have read this article like before I came on. The 57th Annual Grammy Awards saw the most Twitter action of any special event. 13.4 million tweets, being at the Oscars and other award shows, and that makes sense. Everybody's always tweeting about the Oscars, aren't they?
Yeah,
Live tweeting.
Yeah, especially if it's someone that you're like excited about seeing winning, isn't it?
The two-part Empire. Have you seen Empire TV show?
I have
Not
watched
me,
some
no.
of Empire, actually. Yes.
Apparently, there's a two-part finale, which was the most tweeted about. Episode 2.4. Also, The Walking Dead that got a lot, 1.3 million.
Any mention of me or Allyson in there? Or?
Is there-
The most tweeted about comedy show from Runcorn. Not on the list. Not on the list.
There you go. Thank you, producer Will, for your thoroughly researched facts.
You're also welcome.
Back to attention for you. Going to give you a few more clues and we will reveal who we are talking about. Thank you for guessing the right answer if you have. There's quite a few of you messaging in. Her favourite number is 4. I mean, I'm not sure how that's going to tell you who it is, but there you go.
I didn't know that. Do you have a favorite number? I have a favorite number. My favorite number is 44, coincidentally.
Well, if I was your
genuinely
boyfriend, I would be worried about that. You're currently number 22. I'm looking for number 44.
44 is the lucky number. What about you? Do you have a lucky number,
I would
Hayley?
say 15.
15 is your lucky number. I like that. I like that.
You got a
If
problem?
you have a
Why
lucky
is yours
number.
44.
Okay, mine is 44 because years ago, you know what? I had this is so silly. We talked about tarot cards before. I had a reading done and the number 44 just kept coming up. And I had never had a lucky number, but I was like, oh, 44. I just like the feel of 44. And this 44 just kept coming up in the reading. And so I just decided that day that 44 then would be my lucky number. And so it always has been. Yeah, 44.
Well, there you go. If you've got a lucky number, let us know what it is. Preferably 6 of them, and so we can put the lotto on this weekend. We'd love to do that.
That would be great.
Yeah, mine's 50. It's my daughter's date of birth, so you know.
Oh, so it's a new lucky number.
And it's your birthday as well on the 15th.
It
So
is.
there you
I can't
go.
believe your daughter and I have the same birthday. That makes me so happy.
Well, there you go. Here's 2 more clues, Allyson. If you haven't got it already, Allyson knows what it is. I know what it is. Few people of you at home know what it is. If you don't, get in touch. The command to give to your device is the word say. Which celebrity am I? She's won 22 Grammy Awards. And here we go. Final clue. I mean, if you haven't got it by now, you're not going to get it from this one. She's 5'7".
Which is pretty tall for a lady. I mean, that's a tall height for a gal. Yeah.
For a gal. The answer, as 3 of you have quite rightly said, is Beyonce.
Yeah.
Lovely Beyonce. Amazing Beyonce. You've got a story about Beyonce and Jay-Z, actually, haven't you, Ali?
I do, actually. Beyonce and Jay-Z have a mysterious New Orleans mansion that they have now put up for sale, everyone. It's very interesting, though, because this mysterious New Orleans mansion, when people have tried to like find out more about it, it's like it's very you can't find out. So the Homes Zillow's listing directors viewers, it takes viewers to a broken or non-existent website. They are completely blurred out on Google Maps, so you can't see the house. The listing and the pictures and everything are apparently from 2015 when the house was last sold. It's interesting. There was an arson attempt in July that burned for 2 hours and required 22 firefighters to extinguish it. There's just like a lot of creepy, weird, like it's like you can't really find this house. It's a completely kind of hidden place. But anyway, they are selling it. It's got all sorts of like nooks and crannies. Like again, it's in New Orleans, so it's just a spirit-filled house. Beyonce said that this house was where she did some of her best writing. It has the best acoustics, and the vibes are great. And she doesn't always talk about vibes, so if Beyonce's talking about vibes, she's serious about the place.
But like, I'm sure the acoustics are great if you're Beyonce. Like, I mean, me and you singing in there might have a different sort of feel to it, mightn't it? I wouldn't want my voice bouncing off the walls in there. It'd be horrifying.
That's not true. That's not true, Hayley. I imagine you to have a beautiful singing voice. If you would like Hayley to sing, just say to your device, say, Hayley, sing me a song. And Hayley would love to sing.
Allyson June Smith.
Do you like that? I can't
very
wait.
Smooth, very smooth. Hey, Ali, we've had a message in about, earlier on you were doing your job interview questions. Allyson is a pro at job interviews. She thinks she can answer any job interview question going. Here we go. Stephen has messaged in. Apparently one of the trickiest job interview questions of all time is, how do you respond to criticism?
Oh, okay. How do I respond to criticism? I would respond to criticism with an open ear, right? I want to hear what it is that is being said. I take criticism as more of a challenge of the areas that I need to maybe focus on a bit more. And I like to think that criticism is actually guiding me toward enhancing all aspects of my performance quality within the job.
I can't listen to these lies anymore, Allyson. I can't. I cannot.
Wait, now you'd give me the job. You'd give me the job, wouldn't you, really?
Yeah, because you sound like you belong in Disney, not like a real job. Like, don't get me wrong, you're amazing at Allyson. You're really amazing at stretching the truth. So he's given 2 questions. So that was one of probably the hardest ones to answer in job interviews. You nailed that one. The other one, what did you dislike about your last job? That's apparently one of the hardest ones to answer because you try not to be negative. But
yeah, you don't want to be negative. Yeah, what did I dislike about my last job? I think I found the workload. It was. I'll be honest. I found the workload a little hard to balance out. So what I took away from that last job, better ability now to prepare and break down my days, so I am not so overwhelmed as it comes to. I do a lot more pre-planning. I used to be a teacher, everyone, so I don't know if you can buy into that, but teaching is exhausting. Oh, yeah.
Well done, Allyson. If you would like to hire Allyson, do get in touch. But she's not. You can't hire her because she's here with me every day on Backchannel. Aren't I the lucky one?
You are. You found me, Hayley. You actually asked me. I'm part of this job because of you. Yay, Hayley Ellis.
Listen, it's time for the 1-star movie review. Every day here on Backchannel, we read out your reviews on something or other. It may be movies, it may be landmarks, but these are all reviews that got 1 star, genuine reviews that people have left online that have got 1 star, and we want you to guess what it is. And they have reviews. Now today, this is the 1-star review, and it's about a movie. These are all different clues we're giving you. They're all different reviews from different people. So several people have left this movie 1 star, but what is it? Let us know. The command to give to your device is the word say, followed by your guess. So the first clue, Allyson, is like so many art movies in the past, it seems designed to entertain only the elite. Kind of movie embraced by a few and soon forgotten by all. If I gave this movie a mediocre score, it would be too high, but it won an Oscar. So that tells me, nothing really. So we know it's an Oscar winner. They've given it 1 star.
There we go. Oscar winning. All right, that's good. And so many art movies in the past, so I like that they've put it into that. So it's an artsy. Seem designed to only entertain the elite. Wow, this person definitely feels like an outsider. That's all I'm gonna say. They definitely feel like an outsider. Okay, these are good. Okay, we have another one. Here's another review. Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. Am I missing something here? Every celebrity message board poster and even the former president of the United States, Obama, are saying that this was the best movie of the year. It's just not good. Why is it being considered one of the best of the year? I'm totally lost. This is one of the most forgettable movies I have ever seen. To put it bluntly, even Michael Bay's worst Transformers movie is better than this dreck. Oh, wow. Right. So we know the president of the, former President Obama saying this is the best movie of the year. Okay. That's a
I mean, if it was Donald Trump saying it was the best movie.
Look at that is the internet's reaction. That's the internet's reaction to Hayley even bringing up Donald Trump. It shut it down instantly. It was like, no more.
To happen.
We don't talk about that man anymore. Obama, we accept. The Trump, we're off.
Mm-hmm. But I think this is a helpful review because it almost gives us, it helps, time it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It gives us, that's a good, the years that it would be. Yeah. So we do know, because they say the former president of the United States. So, yeah. Okay.
So we know that movie's come out since then. Also, Michael Bay's Transformers. Not seen it?
No.
Do you know what? I agree with them so much. I thought, do you know what? I can't. I'm just going to have to leave again.
Overwhelmed,
yeah. I was saying as I got cut off that if it was Donald Trump saying it was the best movie of the year, I might be like, oh, this is bad. But Obama, I sort of agree with it. I probably agree with him.
Do we trust? I mean, Obama might be into really bad movies though.
This is the thing. He's a great president, but maybe his movie tastes. He's busy presidenting. He's busy presidenting. He doesn't watch that many movies. How many movies do you have time to watch when you're presidenting?
Yeah,
maybe
but
he's the guy who's really into Transformers.
Yeah, no one's really into Transformers, are they?
No, I can believe that Transformers is a bad movie. Thank you, producer Will. I can believe Transformers is a bad movie. But okay, so Will was saying it does give us an indication of time, as this person is saying, former president. So we know, former president.
Recent
yeah.
one. Here's another clue. I watched this film, and this is another 1-star review. They're not all by the same people. There's several people have left this film 1 star. We know it's an Oscar-winning movie. So another review said, I watched this film because of the awards it earned. Yeah, right. But despite its accolades, it was not worth 1 minute of my time. Not all foreign films are bad, but this one was slow, boring, and lacking any sensible plot. In other words, a total waste of time. There you go. We know it's a foreign film. So there's another little clue. Oscar winning. If you know what the answer is, if you have a guess at what the film is that got a 1-star review from several people online, let us know. The command to give to your device is the way, followed by your guess. We've had no correct answers in so far, so do let us know what you think the review is. Are you? I love my foreign films. I absolutely love them.
I do. I like a foreign film, although, okay, don't judge everyone. I'm being honest here. I cannot just sit and watch a film. I have to be doing things. So often I write a list of things I can do while I'm watching a film. I'm just one of these people, whether it be order groceries, plan something. I can't just sit and watch a film. So for me, I can't do subtitles because I'm already doing stuff while I'm watching the movie. So as long as it's a dubbed foreign, I'm on board. I'm absolutely on board. Again, Hayley is just disagreeing with everything I have to say this morning.
Such an unpopular opinion that she's just got no time for it.
I'm out of here. Forget this.
To be fair, though, Allyson, that you can't just sit and watch the movie, man. You don't have to do other stuff. Movie watching time is for relaxing. It's for chilling out.
I know. I just have this thing. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just the way my brain works. I just feel like I could just get a few simple things done during this hour-and-a-half slot. Ordering groceries is a big one I tend to like to do. I like to do my grocery
that would stress me out.
Really?
That seems... ordering groceries is like an intense activity for me. I don't think I could handle that. There's a lot of planning involved.
I will see. I love shopping, but I'm trying to not shop for things so much. So now my shopping goes into just grocery order. I'm like,
okay.
ooh, I feel like that. I feel like that. But yeah, I can't just sit. So it would have to be a dubbed. That being said, there are a lot of great dubbing movies going on now. People are getting really good at dubbing
Well,
over
this
top
is why.
of.
Okay, I'm sure it will surprise nobody to learn. I have a lot of opinions about this.
I'm ready.
I watch everything with subtitles. I know that Hayley got so upset with the fact that Allyson can't watch stuff with subtitles that she just had to storm off.
Yeah. Again, Hayley, you're very angry with me this morning. Every time I say something, she's like, forget this. She really wants to nail it home, everyone.
Yeah, I apologize for this
But
today.
like I was saying, I watch everything with subtitles. Even, obviously, stuff in English, I still watch it with subtitles.
Do you know what the best thing to watch with subtitles is? Absolute best thing is the Eurovision Song Contest. So, I mean, if you're based in the US, we have a Eurovision Song Contest, which is the cheesiest of all songs. Every country in Europe, not that we're a part of it anymore, but they have to do a song, and they're singing it in their sort of native language. And if you look at the subtitles, some amazing song lyrics.
That's funny.
It's like the trees are in the air.
Well, because they have to translate them in real time?
No, I just think they're bad lyrics. It's like translating a song from they're just bad lyrics.
They're just rubbish songs.
We should do a Eurovision Friday and just maybe that's one game we should do is just sort of read lyrics, the song and you've got to guess where it's from. But yeah, that's a really fun game to play. I mean, have we had any correct guesses in yet?
No one's come in yet with the right guess, which is, a little disheartening, but that's okay. I appreciate everyone throwing in some answers. If you do think you do know the answer, please, it has not been chosen yet, the correct one. So just say to your device say, and give us that movie title if you think you know what it is. Thank you so much, Will. We'll move on to another. Do we want to do another review here? Do we want to do one more?
Let's do one more. All more, right. Allyson.
I'm going to do one more. So here we go. So this is, again, a new person reviewing the movie. I know it's unfair to review a movie after watching only 20 minutes. All right. Well, you've already formed your opinion. All right. Here we go. So only 20 minutes. But I can't be the only one who won't watch a film if they can't buy the premise. Oh. Even if it's revealed later, it wasn't what you thought it was. That the members of the family could be so sharp as to insert itself brilliantly into a rich household, but couldn't figure out how to get out of a dump where it's desperate for free Wi-Fi makes no sense. 1 minute they can't fold a pizza box, and the next minute they're the best English and art teachers on the planet. None of the characters had any appeal, and I didn't care what happened to any of them. I know. It turns into this great revealing movie about class, etc. Maybe it's just as well. I don't like looking at disturbing scenes, which this film apparently has no shortage of. Well,
there you go. If you didn't know what it was before and you've seen the film, you'll definitely know what it is from that clue. If you haven't seen the film, then you may not still know. So we're going to give you a few more clues. It was released in 2019. It's a recent film. It's won an Oscar. It's a foreign film. Let us know your guesses. The command to give to your device is the word say, followed by your guess. I can see that 2 people have now guessed it correctly. Congratulations to you. It's a Korean film. It's the first film with a non-English language script to win Best Picture at the Oscars. And the final clue is it won a leading 4 awards at the 92nd Academy Awards. Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Original Screenplay. Oh, and also Best International Feature Film. There you go. It was also a little tiny clue, and maybe something that you've done throughout your teaching career, but it was derived from the director's own experience as a tutor.
There we go.
I'm sure there was a film in your teaching career, Allyson.
I'm sure there is. It's called what was the film with Jack Black?
School of Rock.
School of Rock is based off of my personal teaching experiences, everyone. Nobody knows that, but
when I was teaching also, because I did it for a bit as well, my screenplay would have been just me sat in the staff room eating a biscuit and a cup of tea. Not as enthralling as this. I don't think that would be Oscar winning. Me just moaning about the kids to another teacher for an hour and 20 minutes. That's my film. I can see that a few of you have got the answers right. We have Kelly in Ohio. She has guessed it correct. And Debbie there as well in California. She has also guessed the correct answer. Allyson, what is the correct answer?
The correct answer is the movie Parasite.
Of course it was Parasite. Have you seen Parasite, Allyson?
I did a while ago, so it's not fresh in my memory, but I do remember really enjoying it.
Yes.
Yeah, Parasite,
I did
great
too.
movie.
I thought it was a good movie. I don't know how that many people can give it 1 star. I mean, that person that sort of, I think if you're watching a movie, and the idea of a movie is that it's something that that might not necessarily happen. Because like these people are like, well, that wouldn't happen. Well, yeah, because like if you want to watch a realistic movie, it would be boring, wouldn't it?
Aren't we trying to escape our lives? Aren't
Exactly.
we? Isn't this? I don't want more of this. I don't want to turn on the TV and have more of like what my life is. Please.
Exactly.
Ooh.
I mean, I do. I know what I'm saying, but I can still enjoy the movie. But I'm like, well, they wouldn't have rung mum at that time in the morning because my mum wouldn't answer the phone at 6 a.m. I do it myself, but I wouldn't go online and write a 1-star review about it. Is what I am saying. Producer Will, have you seen the film Parasite?
I watched it really recently. I watched it as part of my Halloween. I watched it on Saturday with my housemates. I loved it. I would give it 6 stars or more. I'd give it.
There we go.
6 out of 8 stars. I thought it was great. I love being. I was so tense. It made me really tense. I had to hide behind a cushion. I thought it was great, and and it is it is a bit far fetched, but it's not. It's not crazy.
It's a Hollywood film. I mean, there's Fast and the Furious. I mean, how many movies have they had out? 10.
Exactly.
The car's due in for an MOT now. That's like, sort it out. Like, there's no way they've gotten. Yeah. Anyway, if you don't look for realism, if you go into the movies, people, because Sorry,
there was something else that somebody said. Oh, it's the way. Yeah, no. I think anybody can. I don't think it just caters to the elite, as somebody said. I think it was pretty accessible as long as you can read and follow a plot. Then
absolutely, I don't think it was elitist in any shape or form. No. But there you go. That's just our opinion. Your opinion is valid also if you gave it 1 star. If you'd like to give us 5 stars, then do give us a 5-star review. Only 5 stars. We don't take anything less. Then you can do that by saying to your device, say, Hayley and Allyson deserve 5 stars at Oscars. Allyson Jude Smith, would you like to do our agony aunties section?
Oh, this is my favorite section. I love this. Yes, we like to hear any issue you have in your life, any problem. And Hayley and I are not trained professional therapists, believe it or not. But we do have opinions. We will offer some suggestions, and we just love hearing your stuff. So please feel free to write in. We're starting off with some. Yeah, Hayley, let's get into this. What's the first one? Let's do it.
Okay, the first problem says October was a nightmare. I'm back job hunting again, and to add to this, a long-term relationship has come to an end, and I just feel lost. Where do I go from here? Well, first off, if you're listening to the show from the start today, Allyson has given you loads of tips for job interviews. So, I mean, you just need to ask Allyson and she will tell you the answer. So I'm sure your job hunting now will go great. A long-term relationship has come to an end and they just feel lost. What should they do, Ellie?
Well, look, where do I go from here? I don't think you need to pressure yourself into going anywhere. I think you just need to sit with what is currently happening. All right. So long-term relationship has come to an end. Sometimes when those things change, I mean, maybe you're just trying to establish yourself in the transition time, right? So right now you're in what I call the transition period. So it's going to feel weird. Nothing's going to feel, totally settled or content. But what I can say to you is during these times, during the transition times, sometimes that is where we get inspiration for what will be our next steps. So take the pressure off of you for figuring out exactly what's going to happen next and enjoy the process of this transitional time. Who knows? Maybe you're going to go to a job interview. Maybe you won't get the job, but maybe that'll spring something in your mind that goes, actually, maybe I want to look for this sort of job. Maybe you'll go on a job interview and the interviewer will turn into your next relationship and you don't even know it. Anything could happen at this point right now, everyone. So to me, although it feels like it's an end of something, you also have to remember it's the beginning of a whole bunch of other things.
Now Allyson talks a lot of sense, Allyson June Smith. Myself, on the other hand...
That is not what I thought you were going to say. Allyson talks a lot of sense.
Allyson talks a lot of sense. Mr. Breakfast Show, of course I said sense. Allyson does. Whereas I would say to you, you say, we don't know anything about you really. We haven't got a name for this one. We don't know how old they are. I would say, listen, enjoy being single, embrace it, get yourself on the dating apps, do a little super like on people. Go out there. I'm not sure if this is good advice. I mean, are you on the dating apps? How old are you? They could be 80. They could be in a home. We don't know. I say just enjoy the time to yourself. Make the most of it because pretty soon you'll be texting in your boss saying that you can't come into work because your missus hasn't washed your socks. That's what happens to us all before we know it.
Or you become a missus who is expected to wash socks. You don't want to be there as well. So, enjoy this time of your own sock washing.
Enjoy it. That's what I say. Enjoy it. Embrace it. Hope it works out for you. Whatever it is you are doing, we fully back you here on the Hayley and Allyson Breakfast Show. Here's another problem.
Okay.
I think my friends don't like my boyfriend. This is from Jane. I think my friends don't like my boyfriend. They don't make a lot of effort to talk to him, and whenever he tries to strike up a conversation, he's often met with coldness. I know they get annoyed when I can't spend time with them because I've already made plans with him. What should I do?
Well, I think first off, you need to have a little conversation with your mates, with your pals. If they are being cold to your new partner, I mean, that's your number one issue. Are these people being friends? Look, maybe they're a little upset you don't have the same amount of time to spend with them, but this is the person you love. If this is the person you're going to love, your friends should embrace them as well, and make an effort. So I say your first point of call is to speak to your mates and be like, look, don't take it out on them if I'm not able to spend the same amount of time with you. And if any one of them got into a new relationship, I bet you they'd do the same darn thing and be all wrapped up in their own love life and doing their things. So, your friends should be a bit more forgiving. I wonder why they don't like your boyfriend. Have you talked to them about that? Yeah.
This is what I'm thinking, Allyson, because you're seeing it from the point of your friends should be supportive, but maybe sometimes what often happens is when you split up with a partner, then your friends will go, oh, I never liked them anyway. And then usually after you find out, well, maybe they're letting you know now that this is a bad egg. Maybe, I'm sure, let us know. Is it, I don't like him? Why are they being cold with him? Is there a reason behind that? How good are these friends? If these are friends that you've known a whole life, they've been fine with other partners, what is the problem with this partner? Maybe there's some sort of reason as to why. Maybe have a little chat with them about it. Because if it's just because you're spending time with him and them, then that's a little bit petty, isn't it? Petty.
It is. However, maybe I'll say this. It is important at any stage of being in a relationship that you do things for yourself. So I do hope that you are still making time for your friends. I mean, you do need to, even though maybe you just want to spend all your time with this new partner, very fun. But sometimes that shine wears off. So you are doing yourself a favor by spending time with other people, therefore enjoying the time that you do have with your significant other. Don't clear all plans to spend all the time in the world with this person. Trust me, take some time. Don't forget who you are, the people that you love, the people who have been in your past, who will be a part of your world no matter what, and invest in them as well because they are the ones that will always be there.
Yeah. And also, I mean, she said her name is Jane. If you're friends with Jane and you don't like her boyfriend, let us know what his issue is. Please say to your device, if you think, hang on, this rings a bell, say to your device the words say, followed by what your issue is with Jane's boyfriend. Let us know here at Backchannel.
We need more. We need more info.
We need more. Producer Will, I believe you have a problem you'd like Allyson to solve.
Yes, I very much need your assistance with this one, Allyson. This person says they wished to remain anonymous. This person said, I work in HR for a large company, a nondescript large company. I like what I do, and I'm really good at it. The stability is good, and I've been here a long time. But recently, I feel like my boss has been belittling me or talking down to me. I feel like my skills could be better appreciated elsewhere. Is it time to go? So this person feels like their boss isn't appreciating them, maybe talking down to them. Is it time to cut and run?
Well, I always think whenever the thoughts of cutting and running come in your head, I mean, obviously they've been there before, because I think it's the thoughts are in the brain, but then when they actually surface, subconsciously they've been there for a while. So your first thing to do is, I would think like, okay, well, if you did cut and run, where would you go? What are your options? I would start to explore. Just think about, well, where would I go? What would I do? Also,
it doesn't hurt to look.
Yeah, it never hurts to look.
You don't have to do anything.
Yeah, you don't have to take steps. But by looking too, you also start to think about what it is you're really unhappy with in your current job. As you're trying to think about the next job, it does make you analyze. And sometimes when people take the time to analyze about what it is specifically that they don't like, they act find ways to turn the job that they are currently in around. So sometimes by exploring and taking that bigger picture and going, well, what would be my next steps? What would be some other jobs? It'll make you really analyze about the position you're in and maybe give you some better perspective in regards to that. But if you're contemplating, is it time to go? I mean, I think we both agree, Will, it's time to start just exploring what else is out there.
There's never any harm in looking. And I think, I would say to this anonymous person that a lot of people are looking for people to work right now. So there's no harm in going or looking for a place that's going to kind of treat you the best, that you're going to enjoy the most, that are going to make the most out of your skills. So yeah, absolutely start taking time to shop around.
Yeah, because they say too, now, Will, you're a wee bit younger than me, significantly younger, but your generation, my generation, they say that none of us are going to have one career all our lives. That whole thing of one career from start to end, that is done. Those days are over. I think
it's a very old-fashioned way.
Yeah,
people have like
work. 3 to 6 careers in their lifetimes now, just like switching up and doing different things. So I don't think there's anything wrong with thinking about, is it time to go? I mean, just start exploring. What else might you want to do? You got one life to live. Do everything you can in it. You got one crack at it, as they say here.
This person said that they'd been there for a long time, so maybe some change is good anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe time to mix things up.
Yep. I nailed that one, Will. I feel we missed that one. We got a lot done while you were away on that one.
Maybe we should start a side hustle as like career consultants.
Oh my God, I would love that. Are you kidding? If you would like us to be your career consultants, just say to your device, ask Backchannel what I should do with my life.
Today's show has inadvertently become like a career advice show.
It really has.
We didn't even plan for this, and it's ace.
A quick question for you, Will. When you were at a school, and did you ever have careers advice and they sort of recommended that a job that you should do?
I so distinctly remember, it's one of my most vivid memories from high school, is sitting in the ICT classroom and on one of these like career development sort your life out kind of days. And
sort your life out.
Sort your life out.
That's what the day was called. It's called, all right, you're about to be free of this place, so what are you going to do about it? So I filled out this quiz. It was like 1 million pages long. And at the end of it, it said, oh, you should be a radio presenter. And I was like, okay. So obviously I'm not a presenter, but I do work in, I then went on to college where I studied media. Then I went on to university where I did a degree in broadcasting, essentially. and now I do stuff like this. So it was kind of right.
I mean, if they would have said to it though, if they would have said to you though, Will, we think you're a serial killer. We think that's what you're going to do. You're going to be like, oh my god.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure, I can see that.
Sure.
Why not?
Usually though, Will, I'm surprised at that answer because usually they get it so far removed.
Yes, in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Will, you should be a professional footballer. That wouldn't have been it.
No. I mean, you might be good at football, Will. Guessing not. Soccer, as they say in the States. Allyson, did you have one of these classes?
Yeah, we did. It was called, so you took it in year 11 and there was like so you took it for like a whole semester and it was called CALM, Career and Life Management is what it stood for. CALM is Career
Canadian
and Life Management. And yeah, they talked about it. Here's the thing, because I always did stuff with, like, I always worked with kids. I was a babysitter. So as soon as you say I work well with children, the only job they ever say to you is, teacher, you should be a teacher. And guess what? I became a teacher. So, but not now. I got out.
Not now. I can't
Do you think that any of
said.
them, do you think that any of these quizzes would say, oh, you should be a stand-up comic?
No.
Can you imagine filling out a quiz and goes, you should be a stand-up comedian?
If the questions were like, is your dad still on the scene? And I was like, no, then the answer might be, you should become a stand-up comic.
Exactly.
Like, do you have some sort of instability in your life?
Do you have need for your parents' approval? No, great. Be a stand-up comedian is what you should do. That is exactly it. That is.
Yeah. Wow. All the questions would be like, some trauma happened to you recently. You should be, no, I think when I had mine, it was sort of like, I was really disappointed because at the time I wanted to be like an actress, or I went for a stage of wanting to be a vet, even though I'm allergic to 90% of animals.
Okay.
Yeah, genuinely. Fine, I could do the operation with puffed up eyes. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Or you could be like a vet for fish. You allergic to fish.
Yeah.
Oh.
Fishitarian. I don't know what I'm talking about. No, that's not the right word. But I think they told me like an office job. I was so upset actually.
Oh.
But look at me now in an office, my own office.
Who's laughing now?
Thank you, producer Will.
If any of our school counselors happen to be listening, please feel free and say to your device, say, I was wrong.
To do. If you have a problem you would like us to solve, like the A-Team, then get in touch. The command to give to your device is the word say, followed by what your problem is, and myself and Allyson June Smith will try our very best to bring some sort of order into your life. We started our show last week here on Backchannel. It's a week old already, Allyson.
We're 1 week old. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. What we'd like to do, we usually do a game of true or false where you can get involved, and you can still get involved, but this true or false game is true or false with a little bit of difference. Allyson, I believe you're going to ask me some questions today.
I am. I'm going to ask you some questions. It's a little personal. So here we go. True or false? Hayley, you tell me if you think this statement is true or false. Number one, good TV ads can be really entertaining. Do you feel that is true, or is that a false statement, Hayley? Before she answers, what do you think, Backchannel listeners? What is Hayley going to say? Is she going to say that this is true or false? Just say to your device, say true or false. Hayley, good, and I'm talking good adverts. Like here at Christmas, what is it? Every year we wait for the, what's the big Christmas advert that everyone waits for here every year? Is it Debenhams?
John Lewis,
which is a department store here. And every year they do a beautiful, heartwarming Christmas advert. That
and it always has literally... like sorry, Allyson. Yeah, it always has like a famous singer doing the song. Like, so it'll be like a remake of a famous song, but done by a famous singer. So like, think like the Bond theme tune. That's how big it is over here. It's always like someone really good doing the song as well. Yeah, and people look forward to Christmas specifically because the John Lewis advert. When you know it's Christmas when you see the John Lewis advert, you're like, oh, Christmas is coming. It's like that Coca-Cola advert for the Christmas truck as well.
Yes,
good TV ads can be really entertainment. Yes, of course they can be. That is true, of course. And you in the US do adverts better than anyone, I think.
Oh,
So good. Like, I always love your adverts in the US whenever I go on holiday there, mainly for the disclaimers at the end. Can cause.
but you should still buy it.
Yeah. Bleeding from the eyes. Yeah, I love US adverts. They're really funny. They really make me laugh. They're like a little sitcom in like 2 minutes. So yeah, I do think they can be very entertaining, and often the most entertaining ones are the ones that I look forward to watching.
Oh, all right. So Hayley believes a good TV advert can be very entertaining. Wonderful. All right, let's move on to our second one. Number 2, true or false? You're, Hayley, the funniest person in your friend group. Is that a true statement or a false statement? This is tricky because we just hang out with comedians, basically. And comedy is subjective, so that makes it a little tricky. Yeah.
There's 2 answers here, though, because it depends which friends I'm with. Because if I'm with a room of stand-up comics, then no, I'm probably not the funniest person in the room, depending on who I'm on the bill with. But in my sort of friends from like uni or college, or maybe, I don't know. A lot of times, the funniest people I know don't actually do comedy.
Yeah.
Because sometimes funny people are unintentionally funny, or they're funny but they just don't want to do it as a job. They come out with funny things. Like I can make people laugh on a stage. Am I the funniest person I know? Probably not. Like I've got a lot of friends who are naturally very funny. My friends who are very funny are the ones that do things, like when you're on a night out and they sort of do something silly, and then you're like, that's funny, and then you bring that up time after time. So yeah. False. I'm not the funniest person in my friend group, but I am the funniest person on stage for you this weekend in, where am I? Manchester.
Hey, she will be the funniest there. But she's humble. She doesn't think she's the funniest person in her friend group. I would admit, if you asked me that question, I would say false. My best friend is hysterical. She is not a professional comedian. In fact, she is an accountant, which seems like the opposite of funny, everyone. It seems more like beep, boop, beep, boop, boop, boop. That's what she does. That's me being on a calculator. But no, she is hysterical. So,
are you just saying she's hysterical so she does your accounts for you for free?
No.
No.
So yeah, all right. Excellent. I like this. I'm getting to know you. Okay, number 3, true or false for Hayley. A little bit personal. If you're listening to us here on Backchannel, we are getting to know Hayley with a little true or false questionage. If you think you can guess if Hayley's going to answer true or false, please just say to your device, say, and give us true or false. See if you can tell us what you've learned about Hayley, what you think. So number 3, you know what's going on in the world. Hayley Ellis knows what's going on in the world. Is that true or is that false? Are you one of the what am I looking for? Who is it? The elite? Are you the Illuminati? Do you know what's going on in the world, Hayley?
Listen, Allyson, I know nothing. I don't know anything. I'm terrible at current events. I didn't even know Brexit was happening until the other day. Like, I literally know nothing that's happening. I know fun stories. And I wish I was a little bit more into what's happening in the world, because I feel bad because I don't. And then I feel awful that I can't get involved in serious questions that need to be asked. But that's not what you're here for at Backchannel. We're just here for light entertainment. So, yeah, good job. The answer is false, because I don't.
So Hayley feels she does not know what's going on in the world, and that's all right, Hayley. We don't need to know everything. We don't need to know everything. We know that Beyonce is selling her house and that she created the word bootylicious. These are the things we need to know, right? That's all we need to know.
These are the big questions.
The big questions. Another question: true or false for lovely Hayley? Hayley, do you believe horror movies are fun? Hayley believes horror movies are fun. Is that true or false?
Well, I know what your answer would be for this, because she's a big horror fan. But yeah, I think horror movies are great fun. If you look at films like, because we all like to be a little bit scared, don't we? I like to be a little bit scared. That's fun, being scared. I mean, not really scared, as in like someone's breaking in my house. Don't want to be that scared.
No.
But to create the sensation of feeling scared, yeah, I do like that. Everyone, I love horror movies. I do. I really enjoy them.
All right, so true. She thinks they are fun. That makes me very happy to hear, Hayley. Not that I would judge you if you went the other way. Secretly, I would. All right, number 5, true or false? Learning a little bit about Hayley. Twitter is more entertaining than Facebook. Ooh, would you say that is true or false, Hayley? I'm also interested to know what our listeners think, because I am always curious. Do you think Twitter is more entertaining than Facebook? What do you think, Hayley? Is that
Now,
no?
okay.
Yeah.
Twitter. Well, I'll tell you my reasoning, and then I'll tell you my answer. Depends what you're looking for. Facebook is sort of more a parents thing, I think. Now, what do you call it? Not millennials. What's the boomers? That's what we call them, isn't it?
Boomers.
It's boomers. My mum's on Facebook. Twitter is more. Twitter can be quite negative sometimes. It's people sort of looking to have a go at you, sort of misreading anything that you put up. They're on you. They're like a Rottweiler. They're just like, yeah, why have you said that? You spelt that wrong.
And again, the gods have decided that Hayley is not allowed to speak negatively about Twitter in the least.
Maybe that's how you should deal with it when people start having to go at you on Twitter. That's what you need to do. You just need to
just click it off.
Yeah, bye. I'm leaving.
Bye. I'm out.
I definitely think, just to give you my hot take on this one.
Yeah.
I totally know where Hayley's coming from. I think Twitter is probably the first app that I will open when I pick up my phone, because my Facebook at the minute is full of people who I went to high school with having babies and buying houses. And I'm like sat in my rental house with no babies, just making internet shows.
Living your best life is how I like to refer to it.
That's how I
Living
like
your
to
best
refer to it
life,
too.
Will. Yeah. Babies and houses aren't everything. You are creating memories for people around the world.
Okay. What about you, Allyson? Are you a Twitter person? Do you tweet?
I do tweet. I tweet from time to time. I think Twitter for me is more of a throwaway thing. Like I'll just throw a thought out there and walk away from it. Facebook or Instagram is more committal because you got to have a picture. This is the other thing. Twitter is more just like you can make a statement, walk away from it. There you go. Facebook, I always feel like I got to have a picture, or I got to have some sort of video, or you got to like have a bit more engagement. There's more visual there. So Twitter to me, because it's just language, I don't know. Do I think Facebook is more entertaining? I feel for me it is, but this is about Hayley. Even though she keeps getting angry and leaving the show, I imagine her storming off. That's what I imagine, Will. Do you imagine every time it cuts out? I imagine her being like,
I picture, like a 2-year-old in like peak tantrum, like on the floor, tears everywhere, snotty, all of that stuff. And it's
just sorry for doing a Piers Morgan again today, guys. I just had to go and check Twitter and Facebook to see which I found more entertaining. Is Twitter more entertaining than Facebook? No, I'm going to go Facebook is more entertaining, just because I see a lot more videos of dogs on Facebook, and I'm all here for the dog content.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. You can't join a dog meetup groups on Twitter. You can on Facebook, though. I've just joined a Pomeranian meetup group, and I'm pretty excited to meet other Pomeranian owners.
That's it's a gang of Pomeranians. Where are you meeting them? In like a cafe, a bar? Are they wearing a rose on their shirt?
In parks around Manchester. I actually saw a video, and there was like 20 little Pomeranians, which just look like a bunch of fuzzy little fluff balls running around. They like get a little area. Sometimes it's even enclosed. So like some Poms are off leash, other Poms are on. And it was just like, oh my God, the cutest thing ever. So I've now joined Pom meetup groups so our baby bear can go make some other friends. So I agree. I think Facebook is more entertaining than Twitter. So that is a true from Hayley, and we agree. If you are just tuning in, this is Backchannel, the only live interactive morning radio show. I am Allyson June Smith, and this is Hayley Ellis. We are with you every morning from 7 to 9.
But that is just this week, because the clocks went back in the UK, which is where myself and Allyson are based. And I believe the clocks go back in America this weekend. Is that right? Let us know if your clock is going back.
You could let us know everything by just saying to your device say, and then say, yes, silly Hayley and Allyson, the clocks are going back in 4 days. So soon we will be back on track. And we're playing a little true or false. Hayley, I cut you off. What did you want to say there, sunshine?
Well, what I want to say is, did you enjoy your extra hour?
I did. Although, you know what? I'm still tired. Even though we gained an hour. I don't know about you, but I think my body was like, oh, well, like I still feel like right now it's an hour earlier than it really is. Like my body's still like, this is exactly the same. But I did enjoy my hour. Did you enjoy your? What did you do with the hour, Hayley? Tell me you wasted. No, I'm kidding.
My hour was spent with my daughter waking up at exactly the same time with what she normally would have done. So instead of 6:30 in the morning, it was 5:30. So that was a glorious extra hour. Thank you for joining us here on Backchannel. We are answering true or false questions. Have you got another one for me? Let's do one more.
I do. We got one more. So true or false? This is about Hayley. This is in Hayley's world. So Hayley, true or false? Reality shows are an inferior form of entertainment. Oh, this is going to get political. Hayley, are reality shows, do you believe that is true or false? An inferior form of entertainment?
False. Absolutely. 110% false. There's nothing inferior about switching your mind off just to watch some drivel. I love reality TV shows. I cannot get enough of them because it's just give my brain a little rest. Yeah. There's a lot of horrible stuff going on in the world. Sometimes I don't want to hear about it all day. I like to just watch people eating toast, chatting rubbish in a Big Brother house. Like, I just want to watch. I love them all. I love Married at First Sight. I love Big Brother. I don't know which ones you get in the what's the big US reality TV shows?
Oh God, big US reality TV shows would be.
I found one recently, which was it's based in the US, I think. Are You the One? And it's absolute drivel, but it's amazing. It's basically I think it's like 20 odd people in a house, and in that house they've spoke to their friends, they've spoke to consultants, and that their perfect match is in that house, and they've got to whittle them down to find their perfect match. And sometimes they think they found the perfect match, but it's not their perfect match, but they've got really attached to them. Brilliant TV show. I love a bit of drama. That's not in my life. No, they're not. Just because they're not inferior just because you think they are. Absolutely not.
No. So Hayley says reality shows are inferior. That is false. And in fact, the number one reality show, when I Googled, reality shows the States, and it made me so happy that this came up because my boyfriend and I, we watch every single one. It doesn't matter. Every single offshoot, RuPaul's Drag Race.
Oh, yeah. Reality TV at its finest.
At its finest, everyone. We love it. And in fact, my boyfriend, I didn't know if he'd really get into, the Drag Race. And first episode we watched, by the end of it, I mean, he was hooked. Once he actually realized that there was no actual racing. Once he got over the fact that there was no real race, he was like, I get it, I'm in. But for a while, he just every so often he'd look at me and be like, when did they
get in the cars?
When do they do the racing? I was like, no, babe. But now he gets right into it. Like, this is my boyfriend from Manchester, proper lad's lad. And these are the statements he says. Oh, she's not even trying. These are his opinions sometimes when he watches it. He's like, there's no hem on that skirt. These are the things he's noticing now that before he never would have. So a reality TV show, it does do us some good. My boyfriend is now a fashion expert, everyone. So he is now making me a sequin blazer in the other room is what's happening at this moment.
Yeah, he doesn't walk away from our argument now. Now he sachets away from you.
He does sachet away. To be fair, he was always a sachet to begin with.
He was always a sachet. Well, you've actually hit on a very good point there, Allyson, because your boyfriend is British, you are Canadian, and when you first come over here, you've said this before on the Hayley and Allyson show, is that British people have a lot of slang. We use a lot of words that they don't use in the US or anywhere other than the UK, really. So I want to find out how good your British slang is, Allyson. I'm going to do a little game for you. I'm going to give you a few British slang words, And I want you to see if you can use them in a sentence in some way. So if you know them, that's good. You can educate our US listeners. Hello, if you're listening. I can see that Doug has joined us on the stream. Good morning, Doug. Hope you are well, wherever it is you may be. We are talking British slang this morning. Allyson, I'm going to give you a word. See if you can make it into a sentence for us if you know what the word is. If you don't know what the word is, have a guess, and I'll tell you whether you've fitted it in a sentence in the correct way or not. So the first word is fit.
Okay. I think Ryan Gosling is very fit.
Yes, that is a good use. When someone's good looking, we say they're fit. They're fit then.
Yeah.
Or I say it about food as well. Oh, it's fit that.
That's fit that. Yeah. So that means like it was really good. Fit does not necessarily just mean in shape. Because I remember a lot of people would say that person is fit, and I'd be like, are they though? So it just means attractive, good, nice. Like that food is fit. That was fit. So fit is that's what it means. Yeah.
Well done, Allyson.
Thank you.
You'll know what this one is. If you can put the word into a sentence for me, the word is loo. L-O-O. Loo.
At the end of this show, the first place I will be going is the loo.
Yes, the loo is toilet. That's what we call our toilet, or the restroom, as you call them in the US.
The washroom.
A washroom. We call them a loo.
They say toilet over here a lot, which can I say I wasn't a big fan of. I say loo just because I think loo sounds nicer. As a North American, I came over and a lot of people were like, where's the toilet? I need the toilet. I think loo creates an illusion of something else I might need to do. A toilet, it's very clear what I need. The loo, I could just be powdering my nose, everyone. I like loo more than toilet.
Okay. And see if you can fit the word dodgy into a sentence for me. Now, if you think you know, before Allyson does, what the word dodgy means in the UK, the command to give to your device is the word say, followed by your answer. And the word dodgy, Allyson June Smith, can you put that in a sentence for me?
Yes.
Like we would use in the UK?
I will do it doubly. All right. Over the weekend, I ordered a pizza. The pizza arrived and it was dodgy, and now I have a dodgy stomach the next day.
Oh, she did a double use of the word dodgy there. Yeah,
dodgy means
Yeah.
It just means it's a little off. It's like the pizza was bad. It was just something was not right. Something's not right is what dodgy means. You know, that guy is dodgy. That pizza was dodgy. Sometimes Wi-Fi connections can be dodgy. That's what dodgy means.
Is that aimed at me today? Because mine's been cutting in and out. I've got a dodgy Wi-Fi today.
Certainly not. We all have dodgy Wi-Fi. Let's be honest.
Okay, I'm going to give you one more. Okay, knackered. We use the word knackered. In the UK, we use the word knackered a lot. But what does it mean? If you know what knackered means in the UK, the command to give to your device is the word say, followed by your guess. But Allyson, can you put the word knackered into a sentence for me, please?
Yes. Hayley was exceptionally knackered this morning as her child got up an hour earlier than she had hoped. So Hayley was exceptionally knackered this morning.
Very, very good use of it. Yeah, knackered is tired, shattered, exhausted, drained. I'm all of those. Good morning. Welcome to the Hayley and Allyson show. If you're watching visually, you can see that in my face. But yeah, that is what knackered means. How long did it take you to become accustomed to our little slang here in the UK?
Oh, it took a little while. Like, I've been here 9 years, and I find now words like dodgy, proper, knackered are slipping into my daily use. Before I would learn what a word meant, and I'd be like, okay, so when somebody uses that is what it means. But you've been living in a place for a while when those start to slip into your own speech. And when I go home, I'll be like, I was proper knackered, so I took a kip, which means nap. I took a kip, and I had dreams about Ryan Gosling. Man, he's fit. Like after a while, those words start to mate is one, because that's like, buddy. So in North America, you might say, hey, buddy, hey, mate. So I say mate a lot now, and pal. Yeah.
Pal's a big Mancunian thing, which is where Allyson is based. All right, pal, how are you, pal? That means like buddy, friend. Yeah, we have quite a lot of ones. Do you know what this reminds me of, though, in a weird way? So I'm asking you to put these in a sentence and see if you can work out what the UK slang is. Thank you for guessing if you have. No one's got them right so far, which is
I love it.
Well, of course they're not going to get it right because it's UK slang. It's awful. But do you know what this reminds me of? Like when I'm asking you to put it in a sentence, it reminds me of spelling bees. Did you do spelling bees growing up in Canada?
I did spelling bees, and spelling bees are. I get anxiety even thinking about them because I am not good at spelling. I am far too phonetic for my own good. I spell things exactly the way they sound. And I remember we would have spelling bees or spelling tests. We would have them weekly in our school. And I would like try to learn the words, but I would just, such anxiety. I never. And I think I have a bit of dyslexia, so E's and I's, oh my gosh, they were all over the place. To me, if you can fit 4 consonants in a word, you should get extra points. That's what I think. If you can throw extra consonants in there, well done you with your creative spelling.
Well, if you listened earlier in the show, there was a family who've got 11 kids and they've named all their kids with the letters ALEX and some variation. I mean, they'd be great at spelling bees because they're having to reuse those letters again and again. Because they're currently on the 12th child, but we never had spelling bees growing up. But what we did, we had like spelling tests in school. So we'd have like at the end of the week, we had to learn how to spell these sort of 4 words or however many it was. But yeah, we didn't have like the big competitions. Now they're big. They're big in the UK, spelling bees. They're on like TV sometimes. And these children who can spell are incredible.
Like phenomenal. These children are very smart. Yeah, it's impressive. It's very impressive.
See, I'm sort of worried now when my child gets to the age where she's going to ask me things and I don't know the answer to, like, why is the moon in the sky? And I genuinely, it's just isn't an acceptable answer, is it, for a 5-year-old?
No.
Like, at least
like,
with your
why?
Pomeranian. Yeah, at least with your Pomeranian, you won't get that, Allyson, in your meetup. Hopefully, maybe not. I'll give you a few more. Well, join in if you can. If you want to guess what these slang words are in the UK, or if you want to tell us some American slang words, then do let us know. The command to give to your device is the word say. Let us know some American slang. See if we can work out what your slang is. And we'll be back tomorrow. American slang words. Here we go. This is a good one. Skint. Can I put the word skint into a sentence?
Yes. I wanted to go to the movies with my friends. Unfortunately, I was skint, so I couldn't afford to go.
Very well done, Allyson. Yes, the word skint means poor, no money, limited resources is the word skint. It's a horrible word, isn't it? Skint.
Skint. S-K-I-N-T. Skint. Yeah, that is what it means. It just means to be broke. You're skint. You're skint, mate.
You're skint, mate. Here's another one. Gutted. What does gutted mean? Now, if you're listening from the US, gutted to me sounds like something you do with a fish or, something like that. But what does the word gutted mean in the UK, Ali? Can you put it into a sentence for me, please?
I was gutted when I found out that my ex-boyfriend did not like horror movies. I was gutted. That means, so I was gutted. I'm trying to think if there's another sentence. I was gutted to find out that Nightmare on Elm Street was remade. I was gutted.
Yeah. Gutted is disappointed. Sort of, what other words we use for gutted? Upset.
Yeah, upset, disappointed. I was, which actually makes sense when you think about it. It's like, so when you gut something, you rip out all the insides, right? So I guess that's kind of what it is. It's like, all joy has been taken out of me. That's what I'm gutted. I'm gutted.
If you're listening this morning, I hope you're enjoying your breakfast. As Allyson is demonstrating, ripping out her insides. Hope you're enjoying your breakfast there, your oatmeal or whatever it is you're eating. Producer Will, young producer Will, he's the voice of the youth of the show. Did you do spelling bees at school?
We didn't do spelling bees so much. And Thank goodness. But I have distinct memories of like you mentioned, Hayley, about having like the words you had to learn for that week, and obviously I was rubbish at them. But we had to do, it's called like look, cover, say, write, and check. They're the actions that you have to do. So you have to look at the word, you have to cover it up, you have to say the words, and I was just rubbish. That and learning my timetables,
Ugh.
not a fun time for
No.
Will Dell for producer Will in 2006. He's not having a good time. Trying to learn
Producer
stuff.
Will and Allyson June Smith, while I've got you, I've just Googled the hardest words in the spelling bee. Foulard. How do you spell that?
See, I would spell it foulard. I would go foulard. 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 Foulard.
You actually broke up there, Allyson, so I have no idea how you spelt it. But can you just? It should be Foulard. Is that what you said?
No, that is not what I said.
It's too easy for it to be F-O-O.
Yeah,
because it says here how to pronounce them. Because otherwise, I wouldn't have a clue.
Can you use it in a sentence for me, please, Hayley?
No, of course I can't. Of course I cannot. Okay. Will. Thank you, producer Will.
Thank you.
I see, but if it was at you,
Will, because I will send you to your room if you
go to your room without no tea. If it was with you, I would have said Fullard. See,
we're learning here today.
We are Fullard, but Foulard is O-O. See, this is the thing. I have a phonetic chip on my shoulder, everyone. I cannot. Yeah.
There you go. If you have any words you want us to spell, get in touch. The command to give to your device is the word say. And like I say, we're here for the next 10 minutes or so. Live on Backchannel. We are here Monday to Friday every morning, waking you up, hopefully, with a fun way. We're an interactive show. We want you to get involved. Please do so. Tell your friends we are here every Monday to Friday. Here we're talking at the minute, if you've just tuned in, about British slang words. Allyson is Canadian. She came over to the UK. She had to adapt to all our weird little words that we say over here, and we have plenty. Here we go. To mug off. What does it mean to mug someone off, Allyson?
Oh, goodness. All right. This one might be tricky for me even, to mug off. Now, I'm trying to make sure, mug off. Okay. I was painting my new house's door, and my neighbor accused me of being a squatter. I told her to mug off. Or I mugged off my neighbor when no, I've got it wrong.
No, you've got it wrong, mate. You've got it wrong.
All right.
Do you know what? I'll let you off, Allyson, because you've got them all right so far. And this is a recent slang, I think, the last couple of years, maybe. And it's sort of like, it's come from mainly reality TV. So, whereas there's a show over here called Geordie Shore, and it's where they basically go out, get drunk, and snog, which is a UK word, actually kiss random people in clubs. And what would happen is, say, for example, I went to kiss producer Will and he turned his head away. They'd say, oh, he's mugged you off there. He's mugged you off.
Oh, so he's kind of thrown you aside. He's ignored you. He's ignored you. He's It's
also, they also say he's pied you off as well as mugged you off. Producer Will, would you say that's the right description? You're younger than me. Is that the correct use of the way?
Yeah, if you've been mugged off, you've kind of been like shut down. You kind of been, like pushed to one side, disregarded, that kind of thing. I have an update about foulards if anybody's interested.
Yes, please.
Yeah, don't want to foulard.
Hang on, let me just bring it up. So it's like a scarf. A foulard is a lightweight fabric, either with twill or plain woven, made of silk or a mix of silk and cotton. Foulards usually have printed design or various colours.
Yeah, I did actually know that, Will. It was on the tip of my tongue.
Was it, Hayley? Okay, I believe you.
Glad you clarified that, producer Will.
My favourite slang word on this list of slang words is number 17, which again is another one. Like mug off, I think, as you said, Hayley, is a bit like regional. Like it came from
Yes.
Geordie Shore, and I think this one is as well. Although I don't know exactly where it's from. It's melt.
I do not know. I have not heard melt used. So you guys will have to.
It's not very common. It's not very common. You wouldn't say it. I don't think anybody would really say it. I think it's like a northeastern thing. I don't think anybody would really say it where from. But I'd say, oh, Allyson, you melt. I can't believe you forgot to turn the hair straighteners off.
It's
So
a
does
bit
that
like
mean?
a bit like idiot, I think, isn't it? A bit like
Yeah.
you're stupid, you melt.
Oh, you
You
silly.
know.
Okay, you melt. All right.
But
all
it's
right.
like a, in like a playful kind of not really being offensive kind of way. Just like a
I'm
teasy
glad you
kind of way.
clarified that. You're basically an idiot.
You're an absolute thicko.
But in a
no, you just
fun
melt.
way.
Mm-hmm.
You melt. Yeah, if you've got any US slang that you'd like me and Allyson to learn, the command to give to your device is the word say. Let us know your US slang. I mean, I know some of them, but some of them are words here that I don't want to translate because they are not appropriate for breakfast radio. But let us know. And Allyson knows which one I mean. But let us know your slang words in the US. And me and Allyson can pick them up. We can learn. We can use them on our breakfast show. The command to give to your device is the word say, followed by your slang word, as long as it is not offensive. Because do remember, this is breakfast radio. Thank you for listening. If you are, thank you for joining us. We are here on Backchannel every Monday to Friday, myself and Allyson June Smith. I'll give you one more, Ali. One more.
I would love it. One more.
UK slang word. And let's see if you know it.
Okay.
Banter. Can you use the word banter in a sentence?
Yeah. Okay. So Hayley and I on the morning show, we love to have a little banter. We banter. We've got good banter. Hayley and I, we're learning the skills of bantering. We've got good banter, mate. We've got good banter.
Yeah, quite right. Banter is having a little bit of a joke, but sometimes people use this word misguided here in the UK. They'll say something offensive and then go, "Oh, it was only banter."
You're like, no, you are a melt. That is not banter. What you just said was rude and insulting. So do not confuse banter with general insults. Banter means, or as they say in Ireland, having the crack. It's good crack. That just means a good laugh. This is the morning show. Crack in Ireland means good laugh, having a good joke with one another, having the crack.
I'm glad you clarified that, Allyson.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. Banter. We're having banter here every morning on Backchannel. If you've just joined us, where have you been? We've missed you. We're nearly finished the show. Good crack is producer Will spelled C-R-A-I-C.
So it's even spelled differently, everyone.
Yeah,
crake.
There you go.
Crake is how I would pronounce it if I was to see that in a...
Which is how American people say the name Craig.
I didn't know that about the crack was spelled not like to crack a vase.
Yeah.
Until I saw it in the Tinder bio of this boy who I really fancy. And then I was like, whoa, it's an epiphany that's how you spell good crack.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, only swipe right if you've got a good crack. I was like, well, okay.
You're like, I don't know what to put. Yeah.
But yeah, that's how I learned that's how good crack's spelled. Otherwise, I spent the other 24 years of my life not knowing.
There you go, producer Will there with all the facts about banter and crack. If you've just joined us, like I say, where have you been? You've missed myself and Allyson June Smith. We have been talking. I'll do a quick little review about what you've missed. You've missed our celebrity birthdays today, this morning. It's Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple. What you get to the man who's got everything? Who knows? Anthony Ramos from In the Heights and Penn Badgley, Start of You. It's all their birthdays today. It's World Vegan Day today. Miss Allyson June Smith is going to attempt to become a vegan for about an hour. Let's see.
I think I can do it for an hour.
What are you going to have for your dinner? We could say dinner in the US. You would call it lunch, I think. What are you gonna have?
I could do some sort of a pasta, couldn't I? I could do like a pasta in a white sauce of some sort with no meat. A mushroom pasta?
You could. I love the way you're like, I could do, but I'm not going to. We have covered the fun news stories. We covered stories today where a man, well, this isn't fun, it's just misogynist, but a man in the UK texted his boss saying he couldn't come into work because his girlfriend hadn't washed his socks. That was a genuine reason. What else did we cover, Allyson, today on today's news stories?
We covered a story about a 20-year-old who bought a house and her neighbor refused to believe that she owned the house and even called the cops on her to show me the proof, show me the proof. So a nosy neighbor who would not believe that someone in their 20s owned a home, which may not, but you know what? It's nobody's business. We also learned that Morgan Freeman helped to interview police recruits in Alabama. Why? We don't know, but he was there and asking questions.
Yeah, we don't know. If Morgan Freeman is listening, do you want to let us know why you turned up to police interviews, mate?
Just say to your device, say, Hayley and Allyson, it was a cold day and I decided to. That's me trying to do Morgan Freeman and it did not go well. Continue on. Yep.
Yes, let's move on quickly from that. We also discussed a news story of a couple who've got 11 children and they named all their children using the same 4 letters, which is ALEX. They've stuck with him. They've got another child on the way. I mean, it's just letters now. That's what they call the kids. Just letters. If you're one of their children listening, let us know.
They are also, they should be Scrabble champions at this point. National Scrabble champions is what they are. They have children, but they're competitive Scrabble players.
Okay, and we've got a lot of it. Celebrity, which was Beyonce, did a 1-star movie review where people have left movie reviews for Parasite. Brilliant film, Parasite. Well, these people give it 1 star. We chatted that. We've been chatting British slang. We solved your problems in our Agony Auntie section. If you've got a problem you'd like us, well, I say solve. We don't know yet, do we? But if you've got a problem you'd like to us, myself and Allyson, to attempt to solve, use the attempt word very loosely. The command to give to your device is the word say, followed by your problem. We've gone through British slang words. We've educated you on what our slang means, or Allyson has educated you. And we'll be back again tomorrow. Before we go, Allyson, just a little thing I'd like to ask you about, which I wanted to ask you about earlier in the show.
Yes.
This weekend, I have got I'm having a dinner party. Well, I say dinner party. I'm having friends round for drinks and nibbles. But who would be your ideal dinner party guests or ideal guests for this show, Allyson?
Do they have to be alive?
Yes, that would help because,
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That would definitely help.
I would love to. Who would I like as a dinner guest? Oh, okay. Maybe it's a little, but you know what? Oprah. I would love to have Oprah as a dinner guest. To me, she would always have great conversational topics. She's discussed everything with everyone. So Oprah is who I would have.
Well, it's funny you should say that, Allyson, because on tomorrow's show, she's not here. She's not going to be here.
All right, everyone.
No, she's busy being wise somewhere else. She's so wise. Do you know what happened to me once? I was listening to her book. I had a audio book on, and I pulled up at the lights, and the windows were sort of down slightly, and I just looked, and these youths all on bikes just stared at me because I realised that my Oprah audiobook was blasting out the window. Didn't look the coolest. Who would I have? Ideal dinner guest. I'd want someone fun. Maybe someone like, I'm trying to think of the fun people I'd have that are, you're quite right, it's quite difficult when you have to have them alive, isn't it? Maybe the Dalai Lama, although I don't think he'd be much banter. Good
use of the word now that we know what it is. But it is, you never know. We don't know the Dalai Lama personally. Maybe a one-on-one, this guy has great crack. Which means banter, which means conversation for those of you just tuning in to Backchannel.
Can you imagine the Dalai Lama having a laugh? Just being like, hey, got your nose? Just being, can't imagine it. Just be like, oh, this soup is, lovely to have because food is a gift. And you'd be like, all right, mate, just stop being sincere for a second. Yeah, maybe. I find it interesting anyway. Maybe, maybe Donald Trump just for entertainment value.
I was waiting for your internet to cut off there. The last time you mentioned Trump, it just shut off. I was like, oh.
He's listening. Maybe Kanye West, just have a bit of bants with him. We've covered the
that'd
word
be an
bants,
interesting one.
banter.
That'd be an interesting one. Yep.
Kardashians, there's loads. I mean, I'm not saying I'd want them there, but I just think it would be entertaining. Let us know who your ideal guest would be. Maybe we could get them on the show. You never know. The command to give to your device is the word say, followed by your answer. We will be back tomorrow. And on tomorrow's show, Allyson, we are doing a story about Pikachu and Oreos. What's not to love about that?
Ooh, that's exciting. Pikachu. I love an Oreo.
Yeah. What do they have to do with each other, though? And we're going to be asking questions about living with your parents. So that's going to be a fun one. I'm sure we will have lots of fun stories for that. Come back tomorrow. We will be here. The command to give to
The command to give to your device, if you do join us on Backchannel, is simply say to your device, say, and then give us the answer. We have enjoyed today very much. Producer Will and I are closing out the show because the internet is not Hayley's friend today.
It's not. She must have done something to anger the internet gods.
They really have.
Should we let her say goodbye?
Oh, yeah, let her say goodbye. Let her come in and say goodbye.
Bye, everyone. I'll hopefully be back tomorrow with a smoother stream.
Bye.